growth population of Lighthouse as distinctions that the growth of popularity of Lighthouse offer unique blend of history, adventure and science beauty. This surge in the tourism has had a profound economic impact on these region surrounding these lighthouses. We have created 150 direct jobs for the opportunity of, for the operation and the maintenance of the site, and over 500 indirect jobs have emerged, supporting hotel, restaurant, transport service, and so many other parts. It can be helped by this. The involvement of local communities and stakeholders has been crucial role play in this ensuring of this authenticity and the success of these initiatives. So, one side, Lighthouse has no usable part in the main life, but other side, it can be many role play if we make it exact or perfect place for the tourist or other things. माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी ने इसको जो सोच दिया, हम लोगों को जो उत्साहित किए हैं, इसको लेके एक बहुत महल तैयार किया जाए, क्योंकि लाइट हाउस बनाया ब्रिटिशर्स ने। हम अभी इसका इस्तेमाल भी नहीं रहा, लेकिन इसको हम एक ऐसा पार्ट दे सके जो काम के लिए और इकोनॉमी के लिए भी अच्छा साबित हो सरकार के लिए। तो मैं मांग करता हूं स्टेट गवर्नमेंट से कि सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट और स्टेट गवर्नमेंट मिलके इसका एक अच्छा अंजाम दे। हर एक प्लेस में जहां जहां हमारे ये लाइट हाउसेस है, हम उसको एक बहुत बढ़िया टूरिस्ट प्लेस बनाए और एक विजिबल और एक मनोरम वातावरण तैयार हो, पूरे देश के लोग इसका एंजॉय करें। जैसे 9 कोस्टल स्टेट जो हमारा है, हर एक कोस्टल स्टेट में हमारा कम से कम बहुत सारे ये लाइट हाउसेस हैं। तो इसको धीरे धीरे हम लोग आगे बढ़ाते रहेंगे और ये भी टूरिज्म का एक बहुत बड़ा पार्ट बनेगा भारतवर्ष का। ये माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी का फ्यूचर विजन और फ्यूचर थॉट भी है। इसको आगे बढ़ाते हुए हमारे तरफ से जितना इसका तरक्की करना पड़े, जितना इसका फैसिलिटेट करना पड़े हमसे, तो हम करेंगे। माननीय सर्बानंद सोनोवाल जी इसको लेके बहुत ही आग्रही हैं कि ये लाइट हाउस का जो पार्ट है, ये आगे जाके भारतवर्ष का एक बड़ा इकोनॉमिकल सेक्टर बने। उनका ये प्रयास और हमारा साथ में उनको सहयोगिता करने का जो मौका मिला, इसके लिए माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी को भी हम धन्यवाद देना चाहते हैं। और आज का इस प्रोग्राम को सफल बनाने के लिए आप सबको मैं धन्यवाद करते हुए मेरे बात को यहाँ विराम देता हूँ। जय हिंद, जय भारत।
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing your thoughtful insights with us. This Herculean task of curating a lighthouse festival and this tourism conclave could not have been possible without your guidance, and we will always seek your motivation in working harder and achieving better. Thank you so much. Quoting Gulzar Saab again, who says, मंजिलें मिलेंगी भटक कर ही सही, गुमराह तो वो हैं जो घर से ही नहीं निकलते। अब हम लाइट हाउसेस को प्रमोट करने निकले हैं, तो उसी के रोशनी से जग रोशन करेंगे निश्चित रूप से। And DGLL has made wonderful efforts in this regard. We have a very special audiovisual that will tell you more about the endeavors. Can we have the AV, please?
India, the home to magnificent lighthouses that have stood as silent sentinels, guiding sailors and telling tales of resilience for generations. With more than 203 lighthouses in India, these beacons of hope have guided countless ships, reminding us that even in the darkest of times, there's always a light to lead us home. The coastline in India is spread almost 7,517 kilometers, from east coast to west coast of India, which face 3 oceans and which are not only the source of trade and commerce but also attract tourists all year long. These lighthouses are going through a transformation and calling the tourists to experience their unique stories and offering the harmonious convergence of India's rich heritage and the collective spirit of its people. With Lighthouse Heritage Tourism, let us embrace the light within us and shine it on the world. Directorate General of Lighthouses and Lightships, under the leadership of Ministry of Ports, Shipping and Waterways, Government of India, has decided to tap into the opportunities in tourism at lighthouses and to preserve the heritage value of old lighthouses. The DGLL, playing the pivotal role, has marked 75 lighthouses as tourist attractions, which has always been garnering substantial tourist footfall. Further efforts are made to enhance and develop the existing lighthouses and its surrounding areas into a unique tourism destination and a maritime landmark, thus converting, expanding the lighthouses into heritage museums and National Maritime Museum to showcase our rich maritime heritage. These museums have exhibits on maritime heritage, navigation technology, and the lives of lighthouse keepers, also benefiting the local people by generating employment and other opportunities, thus enhancing the socio-economic possibilities of the region. In every beam of light that cuts through the darkness, in every tale etched in stone, lies the soul of India's lighthouses. Let their stories be heard, their spirits celebrated, and their guiding light forever cherished.
Thank you so much, DGLL. I think like it's the... Can we have a big round of applause for all dignitaries with their absolutely wonderful words of wisdom? They made this day truly remarkable for each one of us. Thank you. We would once again like to thank Madam Prabhati Paridaji, Shri Shantanu Thakurji, Shri Suresh Gopiji for their enlightening presence at the inaugural session. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain seated. And bouquet to Shri Suresh Gopiji, Honorable Union Minister of State for Tourism, Petroleum, Natural Gas. To Shri T.K. Ramachandranji, Esteemed Secretary, Ministry of Port, Shipping, Waterways. The day is getting brighter with the fragrance of these fresh flowers. I request you, sir, to please present bouquet and Angavastra to Shri P.L. Haranathji, esteemed Chairman, Paradip Port Authority. Thank you, sir, for doing the honor. May I request Deputy DG DGLL, Shri Madhukar Gudadeji, to please present bouquet and Angavastra to Shri N. Muruganandamji. And may I request esteemed Deputy DG, Shri Virendra Yadavji, to present bouquet and Angavastra to Shri Madhukar Gudadeji. It's a warm tradition of the land that whenever there is a special occasion and there are special guests on stage, we never miss this opportunity to make their day special with the fragrance of the flowers and the warmth of the traditional Angavastra. Thank you, host team, for doing the honors. Thank you. We at Directorate General of Lighthouses and Lightships believe that we are who we are because of our roots and heritage. So we would like to start this very special day in the most auspicious way ever possible, that is by invoking the Fire Lord. May I request Madam Deputy Chief Minister, all honorable ministers and dignitaries to please light the ceremonial lamp and officially inaugurate Lighthouse Tourism Conclave 2024, please. अग्निदेव का आवाहन किसी भी शुभ कार्य का मांगलिक माना जाता है। आज जगन्नाथ पुरी पूरे विश्व के लिए एक स्वतंत्र स्थान है जहां पर हो रहा है सेकंड लाइट हाउस फेस्टिवल, और ये बहुत ही खास लाइट हाउस टूरिज्म कॉन्क्लेव जिसे प्रदीप प्रज्वलन के साथ शुरू कर रहे हैं हमारे अतिथि ऑनरेबल डिप्टी चीफ मिनिस्टर ओडिशा मैडम प्रभाती परिड़ा जी, ऑनरेबल यूनियन मिनिस्टर ऑफ स्टेट श्री शांतनु ठाकुर जी, ऑनरेबल यूनियन मिनिस्टर ऑफ स्टेट श्री सुरेश गोपी जी, एस्टीम्ड सेक्रेटरी मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ पोर्ट शिपिंग वाटरवेज श्री T.K. रामचंद्रन जी, एस्टीम्ड चेयरमैन पारादीप पोर्ट अथॉरिटी श्री P.L. हरनाथ जी, esteemed Director General DGLL Shri N. Muruganandam ji, and esteemed Deputy DG DGLL Shri Madhukar Gudadhe ji. Kadaschit Kalindi Tata Vipina Sangeeta Karabo Mudabhini Nari Vadana Kamala Swada Madhupa Rama Shambhu Brahma Surapati Ganeshaya Chitapado Jagannatha Swami Nayana Pathagami Bhavatume Jagannatha Swami Nayana Pathagami Bhavatume. May the blessings of the Almighty be on the entire family of DGLL and Ministry of Port Shipping and Waterways in their endeavor to promote lighthouses for promoting tourism of the nation. Ladies and gentlemen, the coastline of India has been marked with 203 lighthouses for providing safe passage in Indian waters, and each of those lighthouses have a story to share, a heritage it's proud of, and a unique way of promoting art, culture, and tourism of India. It's worth mentioning here that DGLL has completed development of 75 unique lighthouses across the country for celebrating the true spirit of India's diversity when it comes to tourism. And through this Lighthouse Festival, Lighthouse Tourism Conclave, we are celebrating this diversity and uniqueness. So why don't we start the day with a big round of applause for the host team for this absolutely vibrant thought and initiative, as I request esteemed Secretary, Ministry of Port, Shipping and Waterways, Shri T.K. Ramachandran ji, to please set the context and officially welcome everyone. Sir.
Namaskar. Honorable Deputy Chief Minister of Odisha, Srimati Prabhati Parida, Honorable Shri Shantanu Thakurji, Minister of State, MOPSW. Honorable Shri Suresh Gopi, Minister of State for PNG and Tourism. My colleague, Shri Harnath, Chairman of the Paradip Port Authority. Shri Muruganandam, Director General of Lighthouses. And our other officials, senior officials from across the country, from across the state, from the state government of Odisha. I have great pleasure welcoming you to this first conclave on lighthouse tourism. I would also like you to invite all of you to the second Indian Lighthouse Tourism Festival. The first was held last year in Goa and of course in other places later on, Chennai and so on. It is my pleasure to welcome the Honorable Deputy Chief Minister of Odisha, who has spared her valuable time to be with us this morning. I'd also like to welcome Shri Gopi, whose mesmerizing film career always precedes him wherever he goes. And we were talking to him a few minutes back, and within those few minutes he told us so many stories about lighthouses and the way he grew up with them. I also have pleasure in welcoming Shri Shantanu Thakurji, our MOS, who has been guiding us in this endeavor. The Honorable Deputy Chief Minister of Odisha, she said that she's from this district and therefore she's the hostess. Very gracious of her. So, Madam, I'd like to particularly thank you for having been with us this morning. This tourism festival, Lighthouse Tourism Festival, is a first of its kind, maybe not just in India but also across the world. For the very simple reason that nobody has really conceptualized tourism as being as involving lighthouses. Lighthouses have come and gone, but the Honorable Prime Minister gave us this advice, this suggestion a couple of years back, that on the 75th anniversary of our independence, 75 ऐसे लाइट हाउसेस को आप डेवलप कीजिए जिनमें कि टूरिज्म हो, because many of these lighthouses are heritage structures, beautiful heritage structures, and they have so much of history behind them, so much of heritage behind them, architectural, some of them are architectural marvels. And so he said, develop this as a narrative. And the DGLL over the last couple of years has taken up this challenge, and they delivered 75 lighthouses, spending around 50 plus crores. You can clap, nothing. Appreciate करने में कभी हमें हिचकिचाना नहीं चाहिए. So they developed it, and all the 75 of these lighthouses were inaugurated by the Honorable Prime Minister in February this year. And today they are roaring successes. We have huge footfalls. People are coming from across the country to visit these lighthouses. And पहले lighthouses के बारे में कोई जानता नहीं था, कोई बात नहीं करता था. Somewhere, कहीं कोने में lighthouse है तो क्या है? But today they are part of the tourism circuit. And that is what we intend them to be. As you are aware, we are doing a lot of work on cruise tourism, whether it's ocean cruise or river cruise or coastal cruise. We are doing all of them. And our aim is to ensure that all these tourist circuits are integrated. The ocean cruise is integrated with the coastal cruise and with the river cruise, so that the few hours that are spent by the tourists, the cruise tourist, either domestic or from abroad, are spent meaningfully. And we assure those who are present here, I'm told that a lot of tour operators are here, and we assure all of you that this is very serious business, and we hope that, if going by the numbers that we've already seen in the last year, we hope that this will be a roaring success and a large number of tourists will visit. I think the numbers are in lakhs. We just used to have a few thousands visiting once in a way, but now it has gone up to a few lakhs, and we hope that it will go into millions in the years to come, because we have 203 lighthouses, and each of them has a story behind it. Each of them has some history behind it, and these are some of them are very charming stories and really worth listening to and experiencing. I'd also like to express my thanks to the Paradeep Port, who have come forward to organize this in this most sanctified place, the Puri town. It's such an elevating experience just to be here in the town of Lord Jagannatha, and we hope that his blessings will be there for this entire event and for this endeavor to succeed in the years to come. So I would like to again welcome all of you who've participated here, and also senior colleagues here like Mr. Kapil Mohan, who's come all the way from Karnataka to address you, and hope that the proceedings of this conclave will be really useful in taking the lighthouse tourism forward. Thank you once again for this opportunity.
Thank you so much, sir, for those overwhelming words of welcome and for reminding us the importance of this initiative, that these lighthouses will be the beacon of light for guiding us in this wonderful journey of making India a truly global tourism hub. Can we have one more round of applause to that thought, please? And with that happy note, may I request Honorable Union Minister of State for Tourism, Petroleum and Natural Gas, Shri Suresh Gopiji, to please share his thoughts with the House. Sir.
Very good afternoon to all assembled here to celebrate light through Lighthouse and such stations on these saline banks. My respectful namaskar to the Deputy Chief Minister of Odisha, my colleague in the Union Council, and all the other officers on stage, off stage, ladies and gentlemen, friends, and other folks supporting this event, celebrating the festival of Lighthouse tourism. I'm more than privileged and honored that I'm also a participant in this attempt of the Honorable Prime Minister of India, Shri Narendra Modi ji, who has envisaged a certain process by which lighthouses are as it used to be and to belong to the new generation of ideal thinking that will carry life forward, increasing the number of lighthouse stations in the country, his plans for the newly envisaged Sagarmala, which will let the country contain more scapes for safe sailing of life and materials which will keep life strongly flowing. I think I will have to engage in very positive, soulful, emotional rhetorics when it comes to lighthouses, because they have happened in my life during my childhood days. If you are all aware of the history of seashores or the coastal life, at least pertaining to Kerala, the Portuguese entrance or invasion, as you may call it, right from De Cunha and then the great Vasco da Gama, and how Kozhikode in Kerala came into the political history of India, how trade was initiated during those days, and how Tangasheri in Kollam district, which is my home district, which brought me up after my birth in Alleppey. Alleppey used to be, or still is, vocally or vehemently and verbally called the Venice of the East, has a lighthouse. My hometown Kollam, which has Tangasheri for this Portuguese historical scriptings, has a lighthouse, which is very close to my heart. The first entrant into my heart in the form of a lighthouse, which I call it the beacon of hope, the beacon of safety, and ultimately, if you think and reach the focus of the whole idea of implantation of lighthouses, it is an invite to safe zones, and it is the beacon beam of care and emotion. Now read it. You can have your mind freak out, having definitions, different kind of definitions and descriptive lines for lighthouses. Lighthouses, like हम अपने घर में दिया जलाते हैं, we think it is a religious affair, a spiritual affair. It is just ward off evil in the shape of darkness, the dangers hidden in the darkness. So, the depth of the sea is unfathomable, and so is the dangers hidden in the depth of the waters. So, this is an invite to any sailor. That was the original intent of a lighthouse. I am reminded of the rhyme of the ancient mariner. The rhyme of the ancient mariner, the whole world remembers this poem by Shelley, I think, for these few lines. Water, water everywhere, and not a drop to drink. It's a soulful poem describing the intricacies of life. So, I don't think during those times, it was written in the late 17th century or 16th century. There were no lighthouses then. Or we would have had the inhabitants of the seashores would have facilitated this need through some other means. But science and technology had developed that facilitation into what is called the lighthouse now. Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya. Ward off darkness and lead me into wisdom. But lighthouse, if you see lighthouse, if you adore lighthouses and then say Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya, then ward off all the evils and take me and keep me safe in very safe, secure havens. That is the call. I truly believe, because I know the person that my Prime Minister is, and he has kept the essence attached to these lines I have delivered. Otherwise, he could not have had this vision of having more. My Prime Minister insists that, I think even Sri Shantanu is aware of this. He has definitely asked us in every official function to go by the lines printed in a prepared speech. He insists that we are not led to err from the subject, to sway away from the essence of the subject. But I think since the lighthouses have happened in my life, Tangasheri had the first ICSE school in the state of Kerala and one of the few ICSE schools in the whole country. The director of the ICSE system was Dr. Abbott. I remember. I did my ICSE from 62 when I was in the nursery till 75 when I was in the ISC. After ICSE. So those were the times when I used to have my daytime in schools in Tangasheri, which is almost the tip of the town of Kollam, but the heart of the city. And this is a very old school which is going to touch its 75th year, maybe in a couple of years' time. And the lighthouse was the demarcation and also the symbol used to denote Kollam district. It was that huge and emotional stupa, a stupa of wisdom or safety or care. I call it a stupa. We have so many stupas in our country which are historically relevant, geographically and nationally very relevant and adored. I think lighthouses also have to be drawn into that scape of adulation. Tourism attached to lighthouses when it comes, lighthouses have been guarding the shores, exactly the wave hitting shores. I have slept and taken the roar of the waves for lullaby to put me to sleep. Now, when I had this experience in this very complex sleeping last night, I could very emotionally sense and imbibe the essence of a saline lullaby, which had the safety call of a beam of light. I'm so thankful. I think I will, for the first time in my official capacity, I will stay away from the printed speech, which is relevant and very attached to this solemn occasion, but I think I will stay away from this. I've talked much. I am emotionally attached to this. I thank my Prime Minister for having put me in the right place in the council. This is the glory that has lit my knowledge of wisdom. So thank you very much. I wish the Shipping Ministry, Sarbanand Sonowal ji and also Shantanu ji and the state government which is supporting this attempt to be the torchbearer for the whole nation. Thank you very much. May God, Lord Jagannath, bless this attempt. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for those truly emotional and insightful words. It reminds me of Gulzar Sahab, who once said, "Jahan jata hai, roshni phailata hai, चिराग का अपना कोई ठिकाना नहीं होता. Maybe these lighthouses cannot step out of their posts, but through them, the heritage of this country will travel worldwide. Thank you so much once again for connecting the dots so well. Thank you very much, sir. May I now request Honorable Deputy Chief Minister and Honorable Minister of Women and Child Development, Mission Shakti and Tourism Odisha, the woman power herself, Madam Prabhati Parida ji, to share her thoughts with the House, please. Ma'am.
Promotion of tourism at lighthouses. ये कार्यक्रम रे उपस्थित थिबा मान्यवर केंद्र बंदर जहाज परिवहन एवं जलपथ राष्ट्र मंत्री श्री शांतनु ठाकुर महोदय मुटिकी आगरू आपण को पाखे कथा रखी थिबा Honorable Minister, Natural Gas Tourism, Sri Suresh Gopi ji, समस्तंकु स्वागत करिथिबा पोर्ट शिपिंग वाटरवेज रो सेक्रेटरी श्री टीके रामचंद्रन जी, डायरेक्टर जनरल ऑफ लाइट हाउस एंड लाइट शिप्स in Murugandam ji, Paradip Port Authority ro Chairman PL Harananda, Deputy Director General of DGLL Sri Madhukar ji, other officials from Government of India, delegates from different parts of the country, media persons and friends. प्रकृतरे मु दुई मिनिस्ट्री रो दुई मंत्री को कृतज्ञता जनैबी ओडिशा तरफरु कि जगन्नाथंकर ये पवित्र धाम रे द्वितीय ओडिशा भारत वर्ष रे गोवा रे प्रथम द्वितीय पुरी रे एभली एक कार्यक्रम को रूपरेख देथिबारु समस्त ऑफिशियल्स मानकु मु साधुवाद जनैबी. मु जेतबेले गोपीजी सहित कथा होउथली कहिले मु सकाळे प्रभु जगन्नाथंक दर्शन सारिछि. मु कहली आशीर्वाद तो नहीं जाइचंती दबाकू भी अच्छी. तो भारत सरकार को ओडिशा रो पर्यटन पाई हाथ खोला करिथिबा केंद्र सरकार कोणार्क देखि आसीबा दरकार एवं हेरिटेज डेवलपमेंट रे ओडिशा को आगे नबा पाई कोणार्क विजिट करबा पाई. आई हैव इनवाइटेड मिस्टर गोपी जी टू कम एंड स्टे एंड टू विजिट द हेरिटेज साइट्स ऑफ ओडिशा एंड ही assured me he will visit shortly and stay in Odisha and to put their hands what is open for Odisha in the development of our tourism. बंधु माने हमें समस्ते जाने देशर प्रधानमंत्री बहुत छोटो छोटो कथा उपरे आलोकपात करिवा पाई समस्तन को कहती मु भावुची ये बत्ती घर को पुणी थरे लोकों पाखे पहुँचेबा पाई ये गोटे तांकर बहुत बड़ उद्यम जहा पारादीप पोर्ट ट्रस्ट रो चेयरमैन जेबे मो पाखक जाइथिले डाकिवा पाई मोर सेबे मने पड़िला बत्ती घर आमे चतुर्थ पंचम श्रेणी रे पढ़िला बेले साहित्य रे गोटे थिला बत्ती घर. आज जोटा फोटो देखा जाउची सेतबेले से साहित्य ब्लैक एंड व्हाइट रे थिला एवं सेथिरे आमे जहाँ सेतबेले पढ़िथिलु मते लागुथिला लाइट हाउस प्रमोशन ऑफ टूरिज्म पाई मते अतिथि भावे डाकिला परे मोर रिबाउंड हेला पिला दिनर से बही आउ से पृष्ठा एवं से साहित्य जो थिरे लेखा थिला जलदस्यु मानकु प्रोटेक्ट करबा पई एवं बुड़ी जाउथिबा नाविक रो सहारा पई लाइट हाउस सेतबले केते काम रे आसुथिला। मु भाबुछि जदि लाइट हाउस रो डिस्कशन पई हेई न थांता हुए तो आम मनरे पाठ पढ़ी से बत्ती घर रिवाइव होई न थांता। तेणु मु पुणी थरे धन्यवाद देवी पोर्ट शिपिंग वाटरेज रो मंत्री विभागीय अधिकारी एवं पर्यटन रो समस्त अधिकारी मानंकु टूरिज्म रो हेरिटेज साइट कहले तो अनेक कथा अछि बट आपण माने बत्ती घर को भाभी थिबारु एवं बत्ती घर पाखरे ये कार्यक्रम को रूप दौथिबारु आमे समस्ते ये उपकूलिया अंचल रे केबे ना केबे बत्ती घर रो लाइट ही केवल लाइट थिबो जेतबले आम पाखे इलेक्ट्रिक नथिबो जेतबले इलेक्ट्रिफिकेशन नथिबो बत्ती घर रो लाइट जेतबले बुले मते लागे जेतबले आमो गां दूर इठी थिले भी जेतबले ये लाइट टा बुले समस्ते लाइट हाउस रो लाइट बोली कहंती। आज हुए तो चिकमिकिया लाइट भितरे बत्ती घर रो लाइट आउ दृश्यमान बा प्रतीयमान हो नथिबो किंतु जेतबले अंधार किटिमिटी थिबो ओडिसा सेतबले आमो पाखे थिबा पारादीप आपणकर पुरी गोपालपुर चंद्रभागा फॉल्स पॉइंट ये पांचटी रो जो लाइट हाउस थिबो ये निश्चिंत भावे आमो जल जहाज माने जो माने जानवाहन करुथिबे आमर मछुआरा माने जो माने माछ मारिबा पई समुद्र भीतर को जाउथिबे सेमानंको पई गोटे रे ऑफ होप थिबो। आजिका दिन रे एते एकदम हजि जाउथबा जिंस को साउंटी आनी पुणी थरे वर्कशॉप करिबा ता उपरे एनालिसिस करिबा ता उपरे जो माने अधिकारी माने आसीचंती ता उपरे वर्कशॉप करिबा लाइट हाउस को टूरिज्म रे केमती कन्वर्ट करै परिबा एटा केमती टूरिज्म रे हब होई परिबो टूरिज्म सहित आकु जोड़िबा हेरिटेज सहित जोड़िबा मु भाबुची ये गोटे बहुत प्रशंसनीय काम भारत सरकार रो जो थिरे ओडिशा सरकार को आपण माने सहयोग आपण आमे आपण को करिनु आपण आमको आम जिनस चिन्हिबा पई जो सुयोग दैचंती ता पई ओडिशा सरकार को तरफ रु आमे आपण को कृतज्ञता जणाउछु कि आम पाखरे थिबा लाइट हाउस एबे नुहे बहुत वर्ष धरी अछि किंतु आमे ताकू टूरिज्म रो हेरिटेज भितरे हुए तो सेतिकी बढ़ई पारिने जेतिकी बढ़िबा कथा। आम अंचल रे आम स्कूल रे पढ़ुथिबा पिला मानंकु मु जाने ना आजी साहित्य रे से विषय अछि कि नाही किंतु ये बत्ती घर पढ़ी थिबा सबु पिला निश्चिंत भावे आजी जीवन रो जो सोपान रे थिबे निश्चिंत भावे लाइट हाउस रो टूरिज्म रो डेवलपमेंट हेले से निश्चिंत भावे देखिवा को आसीबे कि मु पढ़ी थिबा लाइट हाउस आउ एबे हेरिटेज बा टूरिज्म रे डेवलप होउथिबा लाइट हाउस एका भली देखा जाउचंती कि नाही। मु तो भाबुची मो मन रे भी कौतूहल पर्यटन मंत्री हिसाब रे कि 5-6टी जगह रे जो जगह रे बंदर अछि ओडिशा रे आउ नुआ बंदर रो जो परिकल्पना होउची ता भितरे ये लाइट हाउस को बेस करी जेते टूरिस्ट फुटफॉल हबो मते लागुची समस्त हेरिटेज साइड रो ये साइड निश्चिंत भावे डोमेस्टिक एवं इंटरनेशनल टूरिस्ट रो फुटफॉल पाई ओडिशा को सहाय्य करिवो। आमे समस्ते जानिचे वाणिज्य नौ वाणिज्य पाई आम ओडिशा प्रसिद्ध सेइत पाई आम देशर प्रधानमंत्री बाली द्वीपरे भी ओडिशार बाली यात्रा कथा कहते जोठिकी जाभा सुमात्रा को आमर लोक माने सेबे नौ वाणिज्य रे व्यवसाय वाणिज्य करने को जाउथिले ଆମଦାନୀ ରପ୍ତାନି ବୋଧେ ଭାରତ ବର୍ଷରେ ଓଡ଼ିଶା ପ୍ରସିଦ୍ଧ ଆଉ ଆଜି ତାକୁ ମନେ ରଖିବା ପାଇଁ ଆମେ ହେରିଟେଜ ଭାବେ ବାଲିଯାତ୍ରାକୁ ବି କଣ୍ଟିନ୍ୟୁ କରୁଛେ। ତେଣୁ ଇଏ ସବୁକୁ ଆଖି ଆଗରେ ରଖି ଭାରତ ବର୍ଷରେ ଉପକୂଳ ତଟରେ ଥିବା ଲାଇଟ୍ ହାଉସେସ୍ 75 ଭିତରୁ ପୁରୀକୁ ଆପଣମାନେ ବାଛିଥିବାରୁ ଏବଂ ପୁରୀରେ ଆମ ଓଡ଼ିଶାରେ ଥିବା ଅନ୍ୟାନ୍ୟ ଲାଇଟ୍ ହାଉସ୍ ପାଇଁ ଆଜି ମୁଁ ଭାବୁଛି ବୋଧେ ୱାର୍କସପ୍ରେ କିଛି କଥା ନିଷ୍କର୍ଷ ଆପଣମାନେ ଦେବେ, ଯେଉଁ ଆଧାରରେ ଲାଇଟ୍ ହାଉସ୍କୁ ବେସ୍ କରି ଟୁରିଜିମ୍ ବଢ଼ିବ, ଲିଭଲିହୁଡ୍ସ ବଢ଼ିବ, ଯେଉଁ ଜାଗାରେ ଟୁରିଜିମ୍ ବଢ଼ିବ ନିଶ୍ଚିତ ଭାବେ ଟୁରିଜିମ୍ ସର୍ଭିସେସ୍ ସେକ୍ଟରରେ ଅଛି ଏବଂ ଓଡ଼ିଶାର ଅର୍ଥନୈତିକ ମାନଦଣ୍ଡକୁ ବଢ଼େଇବାକୁ ହେଲେ ଆମ ପାଖେ ଟୁରିଜିମ୍ ଗୋଟିଏ ହିଁ ବିଭାଗ ଯିଏ ବଢ଼ିଲେ ଆମ ପାଖେ ଲିଭଲିହୁଡ୍ ବଢ଼ିବ, ଆମର ଇକୋନୋମିକାଲି ଇଣ୍ଡିପେଣ୍ଡେନ୍ସ ବଢ଼ିବ, ଆମ ପାଖେ ଅର୍ଥନୈତିକ ସ୍ୱଚ୍ଛଳତା ଆହୁରି ବଢ଼ିବ ଏବଂ ଆମେ ପୁରୀ ବା ଉପକୂଳିଆ ଅଞ୍ଚଳ ମାନେ ପ୍ରଭୁ ଜଗନ୍ନାଥଙ୍କ ଦିଆହୁଆ ଆମ ପାଖେ ପ୍ରାକୃତିକ ସମ୍ପଦ ଭରିପୁର ଓଡ଼ିଶା, ଆମେ ତାକୁ ବଢ଼େଇବା ପାଇଁ ନିଶ୍ଚିତ ଭାବେ ଆମେ ସମସ୍ତେ ଚେଷ୍ଟାରେ ରହିବା। ମୁଁ ପୁଣି ଥରେ पर्यटन संख्या को वृद्धि करने निमंते आम पर्यटन भित्तिभूमि गमनागमन सुविधा रहणी और खाद्यपेय संपर्क में आमको स्पष्ट सूचना पत्र जारी करिवार भी आवश्यकता अच्छी एवं मोदी जी का मंत्र सबका साथ सबका विकास सबका विश्वास सबका प्रयास रे अनुप्राणित हुई आम ओडिशा को समग्र भारतर एक श्रेष्ठ पर्यटन राज्य भावे गढ़िबा जरूरी अच्छे। समस्त को ये लाइट हाउस उत्सव ये कॉन्क्लेव रे समस्त को अनेक अनेक शुभेच्छा एवं अभिनंदन। आमे जानिचे समुद्र कूल रे आमे बसीचे, समुद्र मंथन हेले विष भी बाहरिबो अमृत भी बाहरिबो। तेणु आपण मानक पाखरे जेते एक्सपीरियंस लोक माने आज यही कॉन्क्लेव रे आपणकर मानस मंथन हब। मु भाबुची आजिका टेक्नोलोजी जुगरे आपणक पाखरु बाहरिबा विष को भी सरकार गोटे आसेट रे परिणत करबा पई की टार्गेट रखिची। अमृत तो निश्चित भावे समाज रे काम रे लागिवो। तेणु आशा रखुची सबु को मिसई आपण मानक वर्कशॉप रो जहाँ रिजल्ट बाहरिबो सेथिरे ओडिशार बत्तीघर बा भारत वर्ष सारा रो बत्तीघर मानकर बहुत डेवलपमेंट हबो। जो थिरे टूरिज्म मंत्री भावे ओडिशा पाई मु तो आशावादी जे आपण मानकर आज संध्यार कार्यक्रम बेले मु भाबुची एते शॉर्ट समय रे आपण 2-4 घंटा भितरे जहाँ मानस मंथन करिवे संध्या बेले आम पाखकु से काम आसीबो एवं आमे ताकू नहीं आगको बत्ती घर टूरिज्म बा पर्यटन डेवलपमेंट रेखांकन करिवु बा कार्यक्रम करिवु। आपण मान को मु आश्वस्त करने को चाहूँगी जहाँ भी फीडबैक आपण माने आपण को मन रे थिबो ओडिशार विकास पाई बत्ती घर ताकू बेस करी बढ़ेवा को पर्यटन आम सरकार खाली प्रतिश्रुति नहीं प्रतिबद्धता रे अच्छी कि टूरिज्म बढ़ेवा पाई जहाँ आवश्यक हम आम निश्चिंत भावे करूँ। केंद्र पाखे ओडिशा पाई अर्थर अभाव नहीं, काम करने आम पाखे मन एवं मुन दुईर अभाव नहीं। तेणु आम समस्ते मिसी ओडिशा को एक विकसित राज्य रे परिणत करने जो संकल्प नहींचु आजिर कॉन्क्लेव निश्चिंत भावे तापाई एक पथ प्रदर्शक हम बोली मु आशा रखुची। पुणी थरे ओडिशार ये पवित्र माटी रे आपण समस्त को ये मो जिला ये मो घर तेणु आपण को समस्त को एठी स्वागत करुची। जय जगन्नाथ, जय मां सुभद्रा।
धन्यवाद सम्माननीय उप मुख्यमंत्री महोदय। सर प्लीज।
Being a literature student, I should be making this correction. I wrongly said it was Shelley. It is actually Samuel Taylor Coleridge who wrote Rime of the Ancient Mariner. If there are other scholars, I think they would have been a little perplexed when they heard it was Shelley. I'm so very sorry.
And we'll always remember this humility of yours and remember to rectify our mistakes when we do one in future. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you very much. सम्माननीय उपमुख्यमंत्री महोदयंकर नेतृत्वरे तांको अभिज्ञतारु पुरी ओडिशार ख्याति सुनाम सारा विश्वरे बहुगुणित हब सेथिरे संदेहर अवकाश नाही। मु सम्माननीय उपमुख्यमंत्री महोदयंक पई आ गोटे अभिनंदन करताळी चाहिबी। The girl from Puri district, who is today the Honorable Deputy Chief Minister and Minister Tourism, who has promised to work the hardest to make Puri and Odisha the brightest star in the galaxy of tourism. Thank you so much, ma'am, for those wonderful words of encouragement. And with that, may I request Honorable Union Minister of State for Port, Shipping and Waterways, Shri Shantanu Thakurji, to please address the House. Sir.
जय जगन्नाथ। Today, the historical occasion occurred in this august house, and in this occasion, here in the dais, Honorable Deputy Chief Minister, Government of Odisha, Srimati Prabhavati Paridaji, Honorable Minister of State for Tourism, Government of India, Sri Suresh Gopiji, Secretary Ports, Shipping and Waterways, Sri T.K. Ramchandranji, Paradip Port Chairman Sri Harananji, and Deputy Lighthouse Sri Murugadamanji, and officials, many officials from the ministries and various departments, media friends, and distinguished guests. Before giving you the data, few datas and other things, I must tell that we are very lucky that because our Honorable Prime Minister thought that old things cannot be thrown. When this lighthouse has importance and GPS wasn't with us, sailors, seafarers, how give the importance of lighthouse? That importance also given by our Honorable Prime Minister, because it's become our oldest, like a parents. When parents become oldest, we never throw them. We protect them, nurture them, and care them. Also, our Honorable Prime Minister given the priority of this lighthouse. So, this is mean nation importance. This is mean public importance. This is mean a thing's importance is very necessary for the country for future progress. It is a matter of great pride and joy to stand before you today as we inaugurate the Lighthouse Festival 2024 in this historic and vibrant city of Puri in Odisha. This event is a tribute to our Honorable Prime Minister's visionary leadership in preserving and promoting India's rich maritime heritage. It is also reflect our commitment to transform this symbol of our seafaring history into thriving tourism destinations. The Lighthouse Festival 2024 is more than just a celebration, it is a key for promoting tourism at these historic sites. It serves a catalyst for the showcasing India's maritime heritage, promoting sustainable tourism and engaging local committees. The festival bring to life our collective efforts to preserve the legacy of these lighthouses, while also driving economic growth in the regions surrounding them. In line with this vision, the Ministry of Port, Shipping and Waterways has undertaken a transformative mission to showcase the untapped potential of our lighthouses. Through these initiatives, we are not only preserving these historic structures, but also enhancing them with modern facilities to offer unique tourism experiences. With an investment of rupees 60 crores, we have developed 75 iconic lighthouses across 9 coastal states and 1 union territory. These lighthouses, which once stood solely and navigational aid from mariners and new vibrant spaces for the recreation, leadering and the community engagement. I extend a warm welcome to all our visitors and tourists who are part of this wonderful journey. These festivals offer the perfect opportunity to visit some of the most iconic lighthouses across the country. From the Falls Point Lighthouse in Odisha, which stands as a sentinel over our eastern shore, to the stunning Vizinjam Lighthouse in Kerala. Is that right pronunciation? Vedingjam, no? Okay. Which offers breathtaking views of Arabian Sea. These locations are steeped in the history and offer modern amenities that make them ideal tourism destination. As you explore the Mahabalipuram Lighthouse in Tamil Nadu, Puducherry, parts near the ancient Shore Temple, or stand at the historic Dwarka Lighthouse in Gujarat, guiding sailors on the western coast, you will experience the rich maritime history that has shaped India's coastline. The Agoda Lighthouse in Goa, a colonial release surrounded by the beautiful landscape and the majestic Dolphin Nose Lighthouse in Andhra Pradesh, overlooking the Bay of Bengal are more than just structures, they are gateway to our coastal treasures. As like many lighthouses, we waiting for sharing these stories. Each of these 75 iconic lighthouses has been developed with care, offering visits facilities such as museums, amphitheaters, eco-friendly cottage, landscape, surrounding and children's park. To further enhance the experience, 14 of these lighthouses now feature lift facilities, allowing visitors to enjoy panoramic views from the top. We are committed to extending these facilities to more lighthouses in the future. Odisha's coastline is home to 6 historic lighthouses, each of which has served as a guiding lighthouse for maritime and fishermen to continuous. Today, 5 of these are Flashpoint, Gopalpur, Puri, Chandrabhaga, and Paradip has been transformed into vibrant tourism destination. These sites offer visitors to chance to explore Odisha's stunning coastline and rich maritime legacy, while also enjoying modern amenities and facilities. From the Chandrabhaga Lighthouse, situated near the iconic Konark Sun Temple, to the Senor and the picturesque Gopalpur Lighthouse, each site is a perfect blend of history and modern comfort, offering an unforgettable experience for all who visit. I am proud to announce that our efforts are already showing remarkable results. In this year 2023-24, 16 lakh tourists visited our lighthouses and the surrounding site. As of September 2024, we have already welcomed over 10 lakhs visitors. This year promised to exceed the number of these last, underscoring the growth population of lighthouse as distinctions that the growth of popularity of lighthouse offer unique blend of history, adventure and science beauty. This surge in the tourism has had a profound economic impact on these region surrounding these lighthouses. We have created 150 direct jobs for the operation and the maintenance of the site, and over 500 indirect jobs have emerged, supporting hotel, restaurant, transport service, and so many other parts. It can be helped by this. The involvement of local communities and stakeholders has been crucial role play in this ensuring of this authenticity and the success of these initiatives. So, one side, lighthouse has no usable part in the main life, but other side, it can be many role play if we make it exact or perfect place for the tourist or other things. माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी ने इसको जो सोच दिया हम लोगों को जो उत्साहित किए हैं, इसको लेके एक बहुत माहौल तैयार किया जाए, क्योंकि लाइट हाउस बनाया ब्रिटिशर्स ने। हम अभी इसका इस्तेमाल भी नहीं रहा, लेकिन इसको हम एक ऐसा पार्ट दे सके जो काम के लिए और इकोनॉमी के लिए भी अच्छा साबित हो सरकार के लिए। तो मैं मांग करता हूं स्टेट गवर्नमेंट से कि सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट और स्टेट गवर्नमेंट मिलके इसका एक अच्छा अंजाम दे। हर एक प्लेस में जहां जहां हमारे ये लाइट हाउसेस है, हम उसको एक बहुत बढ़िया टूरिस्ट प्लेस बनाए और एक विजिबल और एक मनोरम वातावरण तैयार हो, पूरे देश के लोग इसका एंजॉय करें। जैसे 9 कोस्टल स्टेट जो हमारा है, हर एक कोस्टल स्टेट में हमारा कम से कम बहुत सारे ये लाइट हाउसेस हैं। तो इसको धीरे धीरे हम लोग आगे बढ़ाते रहेंगे और ये भी टूरिज्म का एक बहुत बड़ा पार्ट बनेगा भारतवर्ष का। ये माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी का फ्यूचर विजन और फ्यूचर थॉट भी है। इसको आगे बढ़ाते हुए हमारे तरफ से जितना इसका तरक्की करना पड़े, जितना इसका फैसिलिटेट करना पड़े हमसे, तो हम करेंगे। माननीय सर्बानंद सोनोवाल जी इसको लेके बहुत ही आग्रही हैं कि ये लाइट हाउस का जो पार्ट है ये आगे जाके भारतवर्ष का एक बड़ा इकोनॉमिकल सेक्टर बने। उनका ये प्रयास और हमारा साथ में उनको सहयोगिता करने का जो मौका मिला, इसके लिए माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी को भी हम धन्यवाद देना चाहते हैं। और आज का इस प्रोग्राम को सफल बनाने के लिए आप सबको मैं धन्यवाद करते हुए मेरे बात को यहाँ विराम देता हूँ। जय हिंद, जय भारत।
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing your thoughtful insights with us. This Herculean task of curating a lighthouse festival and this tourism conclave could not have been possible without your guidance, and we will always seek your motivation in working harder and achieving better. Thank you so much. Quoting Gulzar Saab again, who says, "मंजिलें मिलेंगी भटक कर ही सही, गुमराह तो वो हैं जो घर से ही नहीं निकलते." अब हम लाइट हाउसेस को प्रमोट करने निकले हैं, तो उसी के रोशनी से जग रोशन करेंगे निश्चित रूप से। And DGLL has made wonderful efforts in this regard. We have a very special audio visual that will tell you more about the endeavors. Can we have the AV, please?
India, the home to magnificent lighthouses that have stood as silent sentinels, guiding sailors and telling tales of resilience for generations. With more than 203 lighthouses in India, these beacons of hope have guided countless ships, reminding us that even in the darkest of times, there's always a light to lead us home. The coastline in India is spread almost 7,517 kilometers, from east coast to west coast of India, which face 3 oceans and which are not only the source of trade and commerce but also attract tourists all year long. These lighthouses are going through a transformation and calling the tourists to experience their unique stories and offering the harmonious convergence of India's rich heritage and the collective spirit of its people. With Lighthouse Heritage Tourism, let us embrace the light within us and shine it on the world. Directorate General of Lighthouses and Lightships, under the leadership of Ministry of Ports, Shipping and Waterways, Government of India, has decided to tap into the opportunities in tourism at lighthouses and to preserve the heritage value of old lighthouses. The DGLL, playing the pivotal role, has marked 75 lighthouses as tourist attractions, which has always been garnering substantial tourist footfall. Further efforts are made to enhance and develop the existing lighthouses and its surrounding areas into a unique tourism destination and a maritime landmark thus converting, expanding the lighthouses into heritage museums and National Maritime Museum to showcase our rich maritime heritage. These museums have exhibits on maritime heritage, navigation technology, and the lives of lighthouse keepers, also benefiting the local people by generating employment and other opportunities, thus enhancing the socio-economic possibilities of the region. In every beam of light that cuts through the darkness, in every tale etched in stone, lies the soul of India's lighthouses. Let their stories be heard, their spirits celebrated, and their guiding light forever cherished.
Thank you so much, DJLL. I think like it's the... Can we have a big round of applause for all dignitaries with their absolutely wonderful words of wisdom? They have made this day truly remarkable for each one of us. Thank you. We would once again like to thank Madam Prabhati Paridaji, Shri Shantanu Thakurji, Shri Suresh Gopiji for their enlightening presence at the inaugural session. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain seated. Ladies and gentlemen, we will now break for tea. So energize yourself with a cup of tea and coffee and come back in 15-20 minutes so that we can start the first technical session. Thank you. Dear guests and delegates, may I request you all to please come back to your seats. We have a vivid presentation coming up on how important lighthouse tourism is in making India a true global tourism destination. So that is going to be truly insightful. We do not want anyone to miss it. So I'm sure you've had your cup of tea and coffee. Please come back to your seats. Ensure that your mobile phones are either switched off or at least kept in silent mode. We'll really appreciate that.